All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Next Possession Sports Podcast. We are back, episode 12, and we are here to hit y'all with our NFL positional rankings, man. Kamel, man, how's it going?
It's going good, man.
Kamel, man, listen, I'm all thrown off right now. Kamel, how's it going? I'm all thrown off.
Man, you grew up with a lot of people in the house. You know how it is, house distractions.
Yeah, man, yeah. But yeah, man, we back with another episode. There's been a lot of rankings going on. ESPN dropping rankings from NFL execs around the league. You got the Madden rankings. Everybody dropping theirs. But we wanted to come let you guys know who we felt were the top 5 of each position grouping. And we're here to start today with the tight ends. Sponsored by a little Blue Juice in the cup. But we're gonna get it going, man. So we'll start 5 to 1. So Kamau, go ahead, give me who falls into your 5 slot, and if you got any honorable mentions, you can throw those in there as well.
Yeah, let me the honorable mentions first. This first guy, it was really hard for me not to keep out my top 5, and I know we always go off like, what have you done for me lately? And he did a lot for us lately, but he just got 1 season on his belt, and it might just be like flash in the pan, but if he had 2 seasons under his belt doing this, I'll definitely put him in the top 5. But it was Darren Waller. He was literally the only bright spot in the Raiders passing game last year. I mean, you had Hunter Renfrow here and there, but him and Josh Jacobs were the offense. Mm-hmm. And so I got to put him in there. Some of the stuff he was doing. I mean, he's a converted receiver, but his blocking was pretty impressive to consider, like, making that transition. So he's one of my honorable mentions. The other one is Evan Ingram. Played for the Giants, so I like him, but I don't like him. He is a matchup nightmare for any linebacker because unless you come across Isaiah Simmons, there's not many linebackers that can run with him.
Right.
And the only thing, I can't put him in the top 5 so he just can't stay healthy. Like, he can't stay on the field as the entire time he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. But as far as potential, and if he can ever stay on the field, he definitely up there. So you got any honorable mentions?
Yeah. So my honorable mention for me was Darren Waller as well. He makes my list. If it wasn't for who I have slotted in number 5. And I say that because, I'll go ahead and give my number, who I have coming in at number 5 for the season first. But the only reason why Darren Waller is not in my top 5 is because a certain somebody came from out of retirement. And I had to slide Rob Gronkowski into number 5.
You cheated.
Listen. Say what you want. If he falls off and he's not the same, I'll take it. But even a hurt Gronk is a beast. So, for years, I mean, Gronk is arguably, in that discussion for best tight end of all time, and we know that not only what he does, what he brings to the team as far as receiving capabilities, but what he has always brought to the team as far as blocking capabilities. And that is really what might give him the edge for, I think, a lot of people who may say he is the greatest tight end of all time when you're really going against Gonzalez, who was one-sided and was only a receiver. So Gronk, like I said, obviously is older. I'm not going to put him at the top of the league right now, but I slid him in right at 5 just to see, like I said, we'll see what he still has. But he slid into my top 5.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Gronk. It will be interesting to see how he comes back. He acknowledged that the way his own words is that he had a trash diet, and he also changed his body, so it will be interesting. My 5 was Austin Hooper, and I didn't watch a whole lot of Falcons games, but you look at the stats, and I mean that's only one thing, but his stat line was pretty consistent almost every week. And, Julio somebody got to get the attention other than Julio. Yeah, so because when they worked the middle of the field, when you got Calvin Ridley and Julio open up the middle of the field because defense playing back. I think he thrived off that, and so did his contract.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you said, we saw he got picked up super early in free agency. I think the first signing of free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the Browns. I'm getting paid, so Hooper has definitely been someone consistent. Hooper is not a name that's going to come up in the rest of my list. And I could definitely mention in my honorable mentions, but I feel like I said, I put Darren Waller there, and you spoke of it about being with the Raiders, and to me, what he was able to do in Las Vegas, in Oakland last year, with the Raiders, he was to do that with Carr. To me, is what put him. It was only 1 year, and like you said, he needs consistent years to really be considered a true top 5. But just that kind of performance he had with a quarterback I'm not very high on, kind of gave him a bump. Not that I'm high on the quarterback Austin Hooper had either. So
yeah, I know all too well.
Who you got coming in number 4?
Man, I like this guy in college, so maybe I was biased, but when he started showing out in the league, I wasn't even surprised. Only thing I was surprised is like he got drafted in position he did, and that's Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens. Like this dude ate last year.
Oh, yeah.
He ate last year, and because Hollywood Brown was always out, like he was the passing game. Of course, like they ran the ball heavy, but yeah, he's a mismatch. He's not that great of a blocker, but when it comes to receiving and like getting yards, Mark Andrews, it's like his second or third? It's third or fourth year in the league.
Second, I believe.
Let's see, because him and Hayden Hurst got drafted in the same draft, and Hayden Hurst went in round 1. So
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Mark Andrews only had 2. I want to say they came in together with
that's right
with Lamar Jackson.
Him and Baker came out the same year.
Yeah, so like I said, that was the same year of the Lamar Jackson draft. The Ravens selected the other tight end that they just traded away to Atlanta in the first round with their own pick, and then they traded back up to grab Lamar Jackson with the last pick of the draft in the first round.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Mark Andrews.
I agree. Mark Andrews also fell in that number 4 position. Definitely fell into a spot, a team that was that really utilizes his skill set. That's going to use that tight end in the pass game heavy, but like you mentioned, was not the first tight end drafted by his team in that draft. Drafted in the 3rd round, and he took that starting position over very quickly from his co-part who was drafted in the 1st round, and he ran with it, and now that guy is sent out. Like you said, I'm out of the team. That's how well he has balled and he has performed.
Think about it. He got everybody up out of there because like they had Hayden Hurst, Nick Doyle, what's so boy Max Williams, who they drafted in the 1st round. The Saints drafted in the 1st round a couple of years ago. So he got everybody up out of there.
And Hayden Hurst, like I said, I like him as well. I didn't like him as much as I like Mark Andrews, and like I said, maybe that was just some of my Baker bias and watching him at Oklahoma, just kind of snapped off all year. But like I said, Hayden Hurst was drafted in the 1st round for a reason, and to me, to be a team that does run a lot of tight end sets, that does rely on running the ball a lot, for them to move on from Hayden Hurst. Was kind of surprising, especially when you have him for, you had that potential option of a year, and you don't have the weapons on the outside that I feel they really need to surround Lamar Jackson with. Like you mentioned, Hollywood Brown, rookie year last year, did well, but it was in spurts. He was hurt here and there, and he was really their only true wide receiving weapon. And like I said, with no real weapons on the outside to give him a lot of one-on-ones, He was blanketed a lot by a linebacker, a safety, and he still balled. So he said Mark Andrews, even though only 1 year, definitely came in, or 2 years, definitely came in at number 4 for me.
All right. 3. I don't know if bias comes into play as to why this guy is at 3.
I'm smelling bias.
Could be.
If you don't say a name right here, I'm smelling bias.
But I put Travis Kelce at number 3.
Fam. Oh man. I'll let you get to your 2-on-1 later. I know who better not be number 1 for you, or it's all the way biased.
Can't confirm nor deny that.
But for my number 3 is the person who you should have slotted here, and that's Zach Ertz.
So I got Jason Kelce because
Travis.
Sorry.
Jason plays on the same team as Zach Ertz.
Hey.
It's all the bias in your head running wild right now.
Nah, man, because Kobe's birthday was yesterday. You know, Jason Kelsey's wearing the Kobe jersey at practice, so it's all in my head.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know that. I don't get any Eagles camp stuff to my phone, but I can tell you about CeeDee Lamb and how LVE is looking great right now.
So I can start sending you stuff to your phone for Jason Kelce updates.
But I'll send you stuff likewise. Don't worry about it.
But Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the league, but I only put him here because, you know, when you got the secondary playing 40 yards back every play because of Tyreek Hill, it's kind of easy to average 1,000 yards a season.
I can't just let that roll. I can't just let that roll. like, don't get me wrong. Tariq is going to demand the coverage he respects. And they got speedsters surrounding him all over the place. But even when Tariq was out, Ertz can still get his. Kelce can still get his. So
I had it right the first time, yeah.
Well, that would be impossible to have right because Ertz never been on the same team as Tyreek Hill and had to worry about those benefits. But yeah, to me, like I said, Kelce is just he's just one of those different kind of freak athletes at the tight end position, especially when you're talking about receiving. To me, Ertz is a value brand version of Kelce.
Oh no, you all on that.
I mean, listen, man. You got name brand, you got great value. Great value. Listen, it's got some good stuff, and sometimes it tastes just like the regular things. It's cheaper for a reason, though. Most times, like I said, but and Ertz is good, and I got Ertz as number 3 for a reason. But both of them, neither one of them is going to be is a great blocking tight end. Both of them can hurt you very much in the receiving game. But Kelce is more athletic, and he's more feared by defenses than Ertz is.
Athletic, yes. Definitely give you that. Fear. If you're defense and you game planning for the Chiefs, you're not zeroing in on 87. But
with
you game planning for the Eagles, you zero in on 86.
I don't got to zero in on other weapons right now.
I think your team would disagree.
Listen, the problem is, though, when Ertz come out the game, you know they running the ball. When Ertz come back in the game, you know they passing the ball.
He don't come out the game like that. Only when he got a cracked rib. And even then, he might not come out the game.
No more. But listen, I mean, like I said, yes, right now, Kelce plays in the best offense in the NFL. And there are going to be some benefits with that. but he has not always played in the best offense in the NFL. He was there before Mahomes was in there lighting it up, and he was still considered one of the best tight ends in the NFL and still better than Ertz, in my opinion. Now they do have a lot of weapons around him and the best quarterback in the league, but that doesn't take away from his skill set to me. They haven't had to worry.
He still had the same coach.
He didn't have the same quarterback or the same weapons around him before Mahomes.
Not the same quarterback, no, but Alex Smith is check down passer. So still same coach, same offense.
That means he's running different routes now than he was running then.
I go a little bit deeper.
Listen. Yes, Ertz may be number one in Philly over the past couple of years, especially with some of the injuries at wide receiver. So you have no one else to worry about. But just from that's arguing teams. I still think a defender will rather guard Ertz than guard Kelsey.
You know, one thing separates the two of them for me is the route running. Strictly the route running. Now, I was splitting hairs on this one, but yeah, hit the route running. Kelsey is definitely faster than Ertz. He's more athletic, but he can't get open like Ertz.
So you go ahead and give me your number two.
Kelsey.
Let's go.
Sorry, Ertz. Ertz is my number two.
You was right the first time. No. So I got Kelsey, obviously. So not obviously, but Kelsey is my number two. So I guess that will leave number one for both of us with George Kittle.
All right, I can't hold a straight face. Yeah, I mean it's kind of it's hard to make anything. But
listen, if you just said Dallas Goedert at one, we'd have been fighting.
But yeah, yeah, Kittle he blocks like a starting left tackle. Catch the ball. I remember him coming to Iowa, just run like this way he was playing in Iowa. I'm like, this guy is really good.
Iowa's been a factory of late, yo. They've been a tight end factory.
But like when he was coming out, I saw because they say he the Rat King right now, or the Yak King. However you talk about it, run after catch, yards
after catch, run after.
But yeah, I do remember him in Iowa doing the same thing. But yeah, it's.
Well, he had to at Iowa because nobody passing the ball deep down the field at Iowa.
A lot of screens.
Yeah, he had to there.
Screens, drag routes, and all that.
But yeah, so, similar to what when I was talking about Gronk earlier, the reason for me, I'm saying for you is he's number one because he's the complete package at tight end. A lot of times when you have that tight end that is a good blocking tight end, they're not as athletic as he is. To me, the most complete tight end before Gronk got into the league was Witten, because Witten was very smart. He was never super athletic, but he was so smart and good at route running. He was always open, and then he could sell the edge for you in the run game. So he was that complete package tight end where you had your Antonio Gates, but you knew he was just going to be a receiving tight end. At halftime, maybe he's going to line up outside. And we talked about Gonzalez and all of that. And then you got Gronk that came in the league, and it was just like, all right, this might be Witten on steroids, And now like Kittle's the same thing. Like he's as athletic as a Kelsey, and fast as a Kelsey. But then you add the skill and the will to want to block, like in the enjoyment he gets out of blocking and the pancakes and all of that. Like that's just what to me like makes a real tight end for me.
Yeah, you mentioned Madden earlier. I don't know, somehow I came across on YouTube. Someone was playing Madden. This guy, he plays a lot of Madden, and he put Kittle at running back, and he said it was completely unfair. Because I forgot what game it was, but they said his tight end coach said that he doesn't believe he should be he literally believes that he shouldn't get tackled, and you can see he never goes down, never goes out of bounds. He mentioned Gronk, he's like 2011 Gronk, but a lot faster.
Right. So like I said, I mean he's a beast. Like I said, I'm interested to see what kind of career he has. Can he continue to put these seasons on and stack these seasons on top of each other? But he's a complete package, and hopefully the deal doesn't get to him and have him take his foot off the gas and his foot off the effort that he gives on the field week in and week out.
I just hope he doesn't become another Julio, where he got all these great seasons and his quarterback or just team just wastes his talent.
Yeah. Worse than that, not even they had that much talent and not even be able to get into the end zone. We gonna lose and you ain't gonna let me score touchdowns? I got all this talent. Yeah. I be feeling bad for Julio, man. If Atlanta get Matty Ice up out of there.
Get Dan Quinn up out of there.
Hey, man.
That's a chicken or the egg one of them.
Listen. Both at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that wraps up our tight ends. 5 through 1. To recap, I'll put his final 5 on the screen. Try to put my 5 on the screen. But he had at 5 Austin Hooper, 4 Mark Andrews, 3 Travis Kelce, 2 Zach Ertz, 1 George Kittle, and myself came in at 5 with the party man from out of retirement, Rob Gronkowski. Number 4, Mark Andrews as well. Number 3, Zach Ertz. 2, Travis Kelce, and number 1, George Kittle. So he gets the belt. Did you see the story that ESPN did on the tight end belt? Yeah, I was actually watching ESPN the other day, and it was like an E60 or something like that, maybe on NFL Live. But they did this story that last year the tight ends came up with a tight end belt, and whoever had the best game that week got the belt. And if the following week, if you didn't, if someone else had a better week, I think you had to sign it and then send a belt to that tight end. So the tight end belt would travel around the league week to week. So they all Kelce and Kittle would try to one up each other week by week to make sure that they either got the belt back or they kept the belt.
What did they grade it off of?
I'm not sure if it was just yards. If it was a little bit of everything. This one might have been a yards and touchdowns one, and obviously because blocking is it's not objective, but I think this one might have been based off of receiving yards and touchdowns. But I just still thought that was a pretty cool concept for them within their tight end group, within the NFL to kind of have that to kind of send that back and forth throughout the season as bragging rights.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Darren Waller had it for back-to-back weeks at one point.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. But yeah, man. Like I said, we'll be right back. Next episode coming, and wide receivers and running backs next. What you feeling?
So we talking about catching.
He put his hands up, so we gonna keep it with the receiving option. We gonna go wide us next. Episode 13 coming right back.